Hey, 8th grade. So I'm going to do this week's question video a little bit different. I'm not going to write it on the board, so you guys have to listen to me. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to start with the questions for chapter 7. And so I'll do that page, chapter 7 question, and then chapter 8's questions, and then chapter 9's questions, okay? And then I'm also going to do the cause and effect worksheet that I gave you guys. So I'm going to go over that as well. So I'm just going to read the question and then I'll tell y'all what you should have got as the answer. Number 1 for chapter 7 says, why was Jim trembling when he came back from getting his pants? He realizes that Boo must have sewn them up and left them there knowing he would come back to get them. So that kind of, freaked him out a little bit because someone else, that Boo had came and got his pants and fixed them. Now it says list at least 3 items of the items that the kids found in the knothole in this chapter, not from the other chapter. So in this chapter, you could have put a ball of twine, 2 carved soap figures that look like Jim and Scout, a whole pack of chewing gum, a tarnished spelling medal, a broken pocket watch. So that's everything that you could have put for this chapter, any of those 3 things, okay? Number 3 says on page 61, which it might not be on your page 61 because everybody's book's a little bit different, but it says, what do you think Jim is on the verge of telling Scout? And so for this one, you should have got, Jim thinks Boo is leaving the items for the kids, and he can't figure out why Boo chooses to stay inside if he can't leave the house to put the items in the tree. And then now he's realizing that Boo is not really chained up like he thought. Number 4, Nathan Radley claims he plugged the hole because the tree was dying. What was the real reason he plugged it? To prevent Boo from leaving the items in the tree so that he wouldn't become friends with the kids or the children in the neighborhood. Number 5, why does Jim cry at the end of the chapter? He knows Nathan is doing it to punish Boo, and he's hurt. And this is their only way of communication. Okay? All right, now I'm going to go with chapter 8's questions. So for chapter 8, the first one says, what is Mr. Avery's attitude toward the children? He has a negative attitude. He believes that the children are the cause of the change in the weather when they are bad. Number 2, how does Miss Maudie react to her house burning down? Miss Maudie says she never liked her house anyway, so she just kind of looked on the brighter side of it. And then the second part of the question says, what does this tell you about her character? She has strength during adverse situations or bad situations. She has a lot of strength in her character. Okay? And then number 3, how does Boo show his character in chapter 8? Boo sees that Scout is cold standing outside, so he puts a blanket around her during the night. And then the second part of the question says, what does this tell you about him as a person? So this shows you he is truly a kind person, and he's trying to look out for the children. Okay? Now I'm going to move on to chapter 9. So chapter 9 questions. The first one says, when Atticus tells Scout not to use the N-word because it is common, what does he mean? He means that she should know better than to use that word, and she wasn't raised to be racist or to discriminate against others. Number 2, Atticus says if he didn't take Tom's case, he wouldn't make Jim or Scout mind him. Why not? Atticus practices what he preaches. He has always taught the kids to be tolerant of others and to not discriminate. So he has to take this case so that he can show them that he's the same way. What he's saying is what he does, okay, basically. Number 3, what do you think of Atticus as a person? Is he a good man, and why? This is a question that's kind of your opinion, but I would hope that you would think that you guys think he is a good man because he's fair, he's respectful, he treats others like he wants to be treated. And then number 4 says, describe Francis. Would you want to be his friend? I can't read today. Francis is not a typical kid. He has asked for clothes and a book bag for Christmas instead of toys like most kids. And he's the only child, and he spends Christmas alone with his grandparents. Number 5, what is Maycomb's usual disease? And that would be racism. And then number 6, at the end of the chapter, why did Atticus want Scout to hear his words? He wanted to make sure that the kids knew they could come to him with their questions and that he would answer them honestly. And he wants them to know that they can ask him anything without being afraid. Okay, so that's chapter 9's questions. Now I'm going to go and over the cause and effect worksheet, which was the next worksheet down for chapter 7 through 9. And I'm just going to go through and tell y'all like each number what you should have got as the letter. So for number 1, you should have got I. Number 2, you should have got D. Number 3, you should have got G. Number 4, you should have got A. Number 5, you should have got F. Number 6, you should have got J. Number 7, you should have got H. Number 8, you should have got E. Number 9, you should have got B. And number 10 should be C. So I hope this helps you guys to understand what's going on in the book and going over the answers with you. If y'all have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. Bye, guys.